What's going on, guys? Mira here, back again with another video, and today I am on the Hoyo Lab website, and the developer's letter has just dropped about an hour ago. So now I'm going to be doing a video where I go through some of the changes that they're going to be implementing in some of the future patches. Now, do take note, I haven't read the whole thing in detail yet. I've just glanced through, and a lot of it has got to do with QoL changes. So if you're expecting nerfs or buffs, I don't think it will be detailed here, so just letting you guys know before we get started. Alright, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first one is there any way to obtain gadgets from events that I've missed? I regret missing out. And for travelers who have missed out, in version 2.2, travelers can use Mora to purchase the Windbloom Festival commemorative balloon, Wingsong Lyre, and the Wind Blast Harpestum gadgets from Majori's store in Mondstadt. So that's gonna be available for all the people that have played slightly later or have missed out on the event. Now, personally, I don't have any issues with this. It's just that it kind of it just feels a little bit forced because, like, you could just put this in another event in the future, right? For players that have missed out. It just feels like, I don't know, it's not exclusive anymore. Like, why do we even play the event anymore if there's, if the reward that we're gonna get can be purchased for Mora from the NPCs? But that's just my thought. I don't know how you guys feel, but, for the people who have missed out on the events and don't have the, the commemorative items, you can now purchase it in Mondstadt from Marjorie's store. So, yeah. Next, Zhongli's shield would sometimes overlap with Ganryu's crosshair, making it difficult for mobile users to aim. I've found this issue since a long time ago, and finally, they're apparently going to fix it in version 2.2. We will reduce the opacity of some effects that will obstruct the crosshair when bow characters switch to aiming mode. So, yeah, that's something, just a nice QoL change. I definitely had this problem when I was running Ganryu on my team, not anymore now because, well, I don't use her anymore, but for all of you Ganryu mains that also have Zhongli in your roster, you'll be very happy to find that the shield will be less of an obstruction in the coming patch. Alright, next, can the previously chosen options be saved in Hangout events? It's a bit tedious when I'm trying to get all the different endings. So this optimization will be implemented in version 2.2. And when the same device is used for a Hangout event, the previously selected options will be saved. So do take note, this is only for the same device. So if you play on PC and then you go out and you play on your phone and you do the same Hangout, the options will not be saved. So just take note of that. But this optimization is actually really useful for people that want to play like Hangouts, and you don't have to remember exactly which choices you made in the previous, because there are a lot of multiple like endings in the Hangout events. So yeah, personally, that is one of the things that has been keeping me from playing the Hangouts, because I'm not into trying to remember what choices I've made and all that. So maybe this will get me to actually check out more of the Hangouts. So yeah. Next we have the PS5 controller optimization. So in version 2.2, PCs will now support DualSense wireless controllers, and travelers can experience the immersive haptic feedback and dynamic adaptive trigger functions of the DualSense wireless controller. So that's something that is, I think, very, very important for some of the players that play with a controller, and it's very nice that it's coming to PC, but I'm just here wondering, right, when will it ever come to Android phones? Because Android phones, I don't know about like Apple, like, Apple products, but for Android phones, we have the, we are able to pair with controllers. So can we get more optimization on the controllers as we play on like Android devices? That's just a personal request. But yeah, Inazuma transport commissions take too long, then just don't do it. Well, okay, so in version 2.2, we will increase the HP and movement speed of the transported goods so that travelers will be able to complete the quest faster. So I have moved on pretty much from Inazuma's daily commissions. I've switched it to Mondstadt. If you guys don't know, you can actually switch it in your your book. So yeah, it's going to be optimized so that you will be able to transport faster, apparently. So that's gonna be cool. Although I will probably just stick to Mondstadt and the year commissions. Next, Raiden Shogun's elemental skill is too bright if you look at it for too long. That is actually a problem. Especially if you guys play with Bloom on, that is the most annoying thing. Like, if you're in a dark area and you have like the full ring lighted up on Raiden Shogun, it gets super bright to the point where it actually hurts to look at your character. So this is a very, very good optimization, and hopefully they adjust it to lower the brightness in dark environments. Next, is it possible to add photos as wall furnishings for Serana teapots? And apparently a photo frame furnishing is currently under development. So in future versions, there will be new interior furnishings that can display the hangout memories of hangout events. Travelers can select hangout memories according to their preferences to display in their realms. In addition, the developers have already taken note of the request for furnishings that play music and recorded it in the feedback collection. So you can't really do like your own screenshot per se, but you can add the hangouts, like the screenshots from the hangout events. So for all of you teapot buffs, this will definitely be pretty cool. And I'm definitely looking to add some of this hangout photos to the new Inazuma themed teapot that is coming in 2.2. Next, could we see a lineup of enemies when we're forming our party in the Spiral Abyss? It's very difficult to remember the enemy lineup when forming my party. Thank you! Finally! Okay. The development team has noted this, and the development team will optimize the display of enemy information of the Spiral Abyss in subsequent versions. When the Spiral Abyss is changing floors, you can view the enemy information. Thank you so much. Finally, we're getting an optimization on this. This has been a problem since the start of Spiral Abyss, and it's so annoying because I'm going in and optimizing my team, right? And then I'm exiting because I forgot what the enemies were in, like Chamber 3 or whatever. And then I go back, and then I optimize my team, and everything that I've optimized previously is gone. It's reset. So you have to, like, remember two things, and it's been really, really annoying. So this will be a really, really helpful change. Another thing, though, is, like, when you're changing floors, you can't, like, redo your team. You like, there's no option to, like, reset your team. Can we just get that, like, as we advance floors? Because obviously, when I'm changing floors, I'm changing my team. There's no way I'm keeping the same team, right? So MiHoYo, please, if you're listening, add that in. Is it possible to restore my default team after exiting co-op mode? I have to do it manually every time. The development team is working on it in future versions. When travelers switch from co-op back to single-player mode, their default party will be restored. Additionally, in future versions, when a teammate leaves the party in co-op mode, said teammate's character will be replaced by a character from the default party before entering co-op mode. For example, if before entering co-op mode, Traveler has character A, B, C, D on their party, in co-op mode, 4 friends come together to play. The Traveler becomes the host and controls character A. If one of the teammates in the group leaves, character B will then take the vacancy in the team. Wait, has that not been a thing already? I thought that's been a thing for like a while. Okay, maybe it's because I don't play co-op as much, so I don't know for sure. But for those of you who play co-op, that's going to be really good. Alright, lastly, we have a short paragraph detailing some of the pause changes. So in version 2.2, we're also fixing an issue in single-player mode whereby the duration and cooldown of opponents' skills would not stop after the game was paused. After the fix, some enemies will no longer be able to switch to another skill as quickly when travelers pause the game. For example, when facing the Primordial Visharp, it will no longer be able to use the time the game is paused to execute its Primordial Shower skill multiple times in short amount of time. Okay, first of all, I don't pause my game, but this sounds really, really toxic. Anyway, another example will be when facing Magu, Kenki, and Child. In this case, enemies will not be able to take advantage of the pause to use skills that deal high amounts of damage. Similarly, after the update, some enemies with different attack phases will not be able to change phases quickly just because the skill duration cannot be paused. For example, before the update, when facing the Oceanid, if travelers paused the game, the pause did not affect the Oceanid's skill. So when the game was resumed, the Oceanid could enter into the next phase of attack quickly. After the fix, similar issues will no longer occur. Now, I didn't even realize this because it's been like, I don't know, like probably more than 4 months since I faced Oceanid. But, and also I don't pause my game. But apparently, pausing your game really like screws something up, especially when you're fighting some of these bosses like Magu Kenki, Child, and Oceanid. So apparently, after the fix, the pause will actually pause the game, and the boss will not be able to cheese some animations in while your game is paused. So that's really nice for, I don't know, just a QoL change. But that's not gonna affect me too much. So overall, I want to sum up everything. It's a lot of QoL changes that honestly doesn't affect me that much. Except for the Zhongli shield, I think that is really, really nice because not only do you aim with Ganri's crosshairs, but like with future characters, like bow users, there's bound to be bow users that is going to be making use of the aim shots more, and we can see that already in the what's her name again? Kujo Sara, right? She also uses charge attack quite a bit, although not as much as Ganryu. So the shield for Zhongli really blocks the vision of the crosshair. I don't know about mobile players. Apparently, this is targeted for mobile players, but even on PC, it's kind of annoying to see. You can still see it. It's just a little bit more difficult. So that change will be really, really useful for me. Other than that, I think the only interesting change is that, new players, you'll be able to get the gadgets from, the past events. Like I said, I'm not particularly fond of this because it's like you release an event, a time limited event commemorating certain festivals, right? And then you give out certain gadgets to commemorate that specific event. And then after that, a couple of months later, it just pops into like Majori's store, and you can just buy it for Mora. So what is the point of like the participating in the event for the older players? But yeah, that I mean, I'm not too particularly upset about it. It's just that like it just defeats the purpose of the event for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for these changes. Oh, and one more thing is the controller for PS5. So if you use a PS5 controller to play Genshin on PC, then this is going to be a really, really good change for you. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for this developer's letter. Like I said, it's a lot of QoL changes, and do let me know in the comments which change will affect you the most. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have a Valorant video coming up really soon, so if you guys want to check that out, I will have it linked somewhere up there when it drops. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.